guys, this is Lynette, aka Lovely Finds. It has been forever since I made a YouTube video, but I have some really great information that I wanted to share with you all, and I thought it would be very easy just to pop on and compile it all in a video to be able to share with you. So the top question that I get asked probably just day in and day out is, how do I make more sales? How do I get more traffic to my Poshmark closet? What do I do when my sales are slow? I feel like I'm listing all the time. I'm always buying new inventory, but nothing's moving. Help. And so that's what this video is going to be about today, being able to share with you some of my top tips that I use to bring sales, to keep sales consistent, and keep things moving each and every day. So if that sounds interesting to you or something that you want to know more about, keep watching. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into things. And the first tip that I have for you guys is to go through your Poshmark closet and do an honest audit. I want you to really ask yourself, am I buying and putting things in my closet that people want to buy? And that's kind of a loaded question. That's kind of challenging to answer if you don't know what it is that you're looking for. One of the most helpful things I think that I do is I follow a lot of fashion bloggers, I follow a lot of influencers and celebrities that I feel are really fashion forward, and I pay attention to what they're wearing. I pay attention to the brands that they're pushing, the prints that they're wearing, the styles that they're really excited about, because people are buying those. We know people are buying those. So if I can be in tune with it, what they're picking up, it helps me have a better idea on what to look for when I'm outsourcing or if I'm at the thrift store, because I have that concept in mind, or I have those different ideas in mind. Another thing that I like to do is analyze Poshmark's data, because data we already know is huge, right? So I go to the sold in whatever category it is that I'm looking for, and I sort by just in. Doing that is going to show me what has come in most recently that has already sold. And then I look through those listings to see if there's any trends as far as the style or the brand or the pattern or what have you. And being able to be educated about what's selling or what people are looking for helps me when I'm out there buying things and looking for inventory to add to my closet. Okay. Tip number 2, make sure that your pricing makes sense. I am all for pricing up to account for negotiations. We don't want to price so low that if somebody sends us in an offer, we can't accept it. But there's also a fine line between pricing so that you have room to negotiate and just pricing so high that it deters buyers from coming in to even make an offer. And that's a thing, that's real, that happens. If you have an item that, let's say, values resale value, the resale value for it is about $30, and you come in and you price it at $70, there's some people that might want that item and be willing to pay around the $30 range, but because you've priced it so high, they don't want to offend you, or they don't want to come across as devaluing your item, and they just don't offer. They just pass your listing by and move on to the next one. So we have to be aware of that when we're pricing our items. We also want to be able to give our items an appropriate value. So make sure you're searching comps and you're looking to see what people are actually paying for those items, so you can be in the range that makes sense for that. So don't scare away your buyers. Price things accordingly based on what they're worth and based on your return. Don't go way out, because you're gonna miss out on a lot of traffic. Tip number 3, be an active user. Poshmark is a social app, so we need to make sure that we're using the tools on there to help bring traffic to our page. Share your Poshmark closet at least once a day. And if you've got a larger closet, space it out. If you have some downtime during the day, share 10 to 15 items. If you stop into the grocery store, share while you're in line waiting to check out. There's so many different opportunities that we have throughout the day to share our closet. Make sure you're doing that. Also, use offer to likers. That's huge for me. I like to send out offers to likers at least once every couple of days, just to get that out there, to be able to put my items back in front of people that have expressed interest in it, which can be especially helpful when sales are slow. So if people aren't proactively coming to my page to make an offer, I'm gonna put my item back in front of them and give them an opportunity to buy. And a lot of times I'll do that just before I go to bed. That way people, when they wake up in the morning, they check their phone, the first thing that comes in is an offer on an item that they've liked. So that's really helpful for me to be able to keep the activity going on my page. Also, I feel like the more that I use the tools that are there, the more I'm interacting with other people, that they come back and share my items, or they come back and like my items. It's really social in there. So you can't just ghost Poshmark. You can't just like disappear for 3 days and expect to keep getting consistent sales. That does happen sometimes, but it's not very common, at least for me. I have to make sure that I'm on the tool regularly, I'm regularly sharing, I'm regularly interacting and using each of those tools each and every day, especially if you're not making sales, because it's that engagement, that activity that's gonna keep people coming to your closet. Okay, tip number 4. List every day. And this is so important because I know when sales are slow or things aren't moving, it's really hard to get the motivation to go find something, take photographs, get it listed. It's a lot to do. So what I would recommend is to have at least one item as a draft on Poshmark ready to go for those days you just don't feel like doing it, because the consistency in you listing every day is not only going to help to bring more traffic to your page, but when you list new items, they go into that just in section, and that gets put in front of so many different buyers out there. So somebody that maybe wasn't interested in that exact item, maybe it was kind of the style they're looking for, and that item is going to bring them back into your page. So you're giving yourself an opportunity to be presented in front of so many different eyes, different buyers, different people that can come and check out your closet. So keep listing that one thing each and every day. Also, by listing daily, you're growing your Poshmark closet, you're growing your available inventory. And what that does is you're increasing the selections that people can choose from. So I like to think about when I walk into a retail store. I might walk past the first couple of racks, maybe nothing really catches my eye, but that rack back there, oh, that's a cute top, right? So it's all about options. So if my closet maybe doesn't have 20 things that somebody likes, maybe that 30th item or that 34th item is going to be the one that they're actually interested in. So just building your inventory is really helpful, and by listing at least one thing each and every day, it really helps you get to that point. All right, tip number 5. Now let's say you've got really great inventory, you've priced it well, you've got a ton of different options in there, but things still aren't going. What the heck, right? Well, take a look at your listings and make sure that people can actually find them. It's wonderful if you have great pictures, you've got a great piece there, but if nobody can find it, it doesn't really do you a lot of good. So one of the things that I like to do is make sure I'm providing as much information as I possibly can in the title and also in the description. So when people are searching online trying to find that item, that thing that they're wanting, they get directed to my closet, to my store. So if you can find the style name of the piece that you're listing, that's really, really helpful. And you can actually find that usually based on the style number on the tag or based on just keying in a simple description. Green asymmetrical top by ASOS, that could be an example. And just looking through those images until you find your item to be able to grab that style number. Also describe it as best as you can. Is it fitted? Is it a bodycon dress? Is it a midi dress? Is it high-waisted? Are they palazzo pants? You know, there's so many different ways to describe your items. And when people are searching to make a purchase, a lot of times they already have in mind what it is they're looking for. And if your listing accurately describes what it is and they can quickly find your item, that's really important. So make sure you're doing yourself justice by properly describing the item, using keywords, and also by referencing the style name whenever you can. Okay, tip number 6. Don't be afraid to be assertive with your sales. And by that I mean being proactive and reaching out to that buyer to try and close the sale versus just waiting for them to come to you. So if there's a buyer that comes to my closet and likes at least 2 items, I'll put both of those items into a bundle and then I'll send them my best offer on both of those things or however many items that they liked. And usually when I do that, I think the key is doing honestly my best lowest offer that I would accept on that bundle, because it's kind of like giving them an offer they can't refuse. And if they've already expressed interest, on multiple things in my closet, it kind of also helps to validate shipping. I know sometimes shipping can be an issue if you just like one thing or one small thing. When you put them all together and give them a really great package, a lot of times they will accept that. So I think that's a great way, utilizing the bundle feature, being assertive with it, and it can help translate your likes into sales by being able to pursue the buyer a little bit more. Okay, last and most important tip is keep going. I know how hard it can be when you're not making sales and maybe you're looking around, you see other people making sales, and it's really easy to get discouraged, but I would just really encourage you guys to keep going, keep being consistent. There's not a business or an industry on this planet that doesn't have a slow period or slow seasons or times when, you know, sales aren't just knocking through the door. So be patient with it and keep doing the right things day in and day out, and eventually the sales will come. When you get discouraged and you stop for a day or a week or a month even, you're just setting yourself back. So try and just persevere through that, stay focused, keep your eye on the prize, and keep doing the things that you need to do to keep those sales coming. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my best tips that I like to use to keep sales moving and keep things consistent, even when sales are slow. I hope you found it useful, or there's some of that you can incorporate into your reselling business. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you guys next time.